Alright guys, welcome back to the course. In this lecture, I'm going to cover the different backup settings you need to know in FL Studio. So it's very important to back up your projects and all of your audio files and different stuff that you create in FL Studio. This is very important because sometimes FL Studio can crash, you never actually know when this is going to happen. So it's very useful to have backups all of the time. And I'm going to cover different steps here to create these backups and how to make your life easier when this is happening. So first, we're going to take a look at the project data folder. So if you set up this project data folder inside of FL Studio, this will copy all of the different files, audio files, and let's say that you recorded different audio files as well. All of this is going to be stored in a location, in a folder that you're going to set. If you're not doing this, then everything is stored at the default location or the source location where you took the samples from. So let's say that we're using samples inside of this project here. I'm using the kick drum and the hats. And if I'm not creating this project data folder, then if I move some of the source files from, let's say, their original location, and let's say that I move them from their original location to somewhere else, or delete them or something, then if I open up this FL Studio project, all of the different audio files that I moved, it's going to be corrupt. So I can't access them and FL Studio is not going to play them. And you can solve this by creating the project data folder. So how do you do this? You go to options and then just choose one of these options here. So we're going for MIDI settings. Then you go to the project tab here and you can see data folder. Now we can create a data folder, so it's set at auto, so this is going to leave the audio files at their source location, but we want to set this data folder. So let's go to the folder. Here's my file structure of my computer. So I can just create a new folder for this project, name it, and then just press open here. And it may look different on your computer if you're on a Windows computer, but I'm on a Mac here, so it should look something like this. So let's name this my first project, like that. Now let's just hit open, and it's going to prompt you if you would like to save the current project in this folder. And this is very smart to do because then you're going to have all of your files inside of this folder and you're going to stay organized. Instead of having the project file somewhere else and then you're having all of your audio files somewhere else, you just want to hit yes on this one. And if you're hitting yes here, you will see this new dialog here where you can save your project file inside of this folder here. So it's already set on this folder. So let's just name it as the same as my folder here, and let's just create save, and now everything is saved inside of this folder. Next thing I want to talk about is how to export the different tracks to stems. And this is very important to do because first of all, you can share this project file with other producers that doesn't use FL Studio as their own digital audio workstation. So let's say that they're using Ableton or Logic, for instance. Then if you're exporting all of your stems as audio files, then they can just import them as audio inside of their digital audio workstation. And there are some other different positive things when doing this, when exporting to audio files. And this is because you can take all of these files and just putting them in a folder, for instance. And when you have that in your folder, all of the audio files, then you can just put it on an external hard drive, or even better, you can put it on an online backup, which I will show you in the next video how to do that. I have a method of creating an online backup automatically. It's very cheap to do so, and it will actually help your life a lot. I will show you in the video. I think you will love the solution that I have for it. And it will save you a ton of time when, let's say, your project is actually crashed and you haven't saved it. And yeah, so I will show you how to do it. First, let's create audio stems. So let's go to File, Export, and then you just choose if you want a WAV file, MP3 file. So let's say that we want WAV files here. So let's go with Save, And now if you go to miscellaneous here, you can choose split mixer tracks. So now every single track here will be exported as one audio file. And you can set if you want it to be in WAV, MP3, or other output formats. Later on in this course, I will also show you what the best export settings are for exporting all of these audio files. So you will see what you should use here, because there are a lot of different options here you can use. Okay, so when you start here, you will have different audio files exported into one location. And that is going to be the project folder as default, as we set it up earlier on. But if you're not doing it, it will show you a prompt where you're going to choose different location for these audio files to be saved in. Okay, so next thing I want to show you is how to export as zipped loop package. If you do it this way, you will have all of your project files, and